Hey guys, hope you're doing well out there. This is NKH and I have the last crafting profession for you. Yep, it's enchanting, and afterwards we're gonna switch to the gathering ones. I know you've been waiting for this, and enchanting has been bit simplified again like jewel crafting. I hope you like this video, but before that, if you don't wanna miss the gathering videos, tell me which gathering profession to do first, and sub the channel, like the videos, and say hi in the comments because I just love your support, and that support will keep me motivated to keep making these videos. Let's get into it. You have two ways to skill up with enchanting. One is to dischant everything that you get throughout the isles. Just every green item, every blue item that you get dischanted and you get a skill point. Now the other way to do all this stuff is to just enchant the enchantments on a vellum and sell it on the auction house, or use it later for yourself or whatever. Just enchant stuff, enchant vellums, enchant items, and you can skill up. Your trainer, by the way, teaches you enchants up to 55 points. So you wouldn't have any problem just leveling up enchanting. It's really simplest I have found so far, and you can just use the dischants and then you get the crest to level up to 100. It's really easy. Again, just make sure to craft everything once so you get the knowledge points for the first craft bonus, and always be crafting the cheapest recipe so you can save some gold. To scale up to 100, you have two ways. Either wait for the season and craft the crest, which is the cheapest and the easiest, or you can just delve into the enchantment spec. You get 3 different categories: Oratorian, Earthen and Nerubian, but keep in mind that these enchantments are really expensive. Now whichever way you choose, you wouldn't have a problem hitting 100 skill on enchanting. Let's get into the specs. We have 4 different enchanting specs. Now one is called supplementary shattering, our go-to one, which is ephemerals, enrichments and equipment. We want this one. We got our everlasting enchantments, that is the 3 categories, and the designated dischanter. But let's get other specs out of the way at the beginning. Now the enchantment spec is really straightforward. They've done a very great job detailing everything this time around, and we have 3 categories. The left one is the earthen one with the 3 nodes, because they also give you the enchantments for the tools and the professions. The other ones are for weapons and for armor. The other 2 sub nodes that you can spec into is Oratorian and Nerubian. The Oratory one again gives you skill for Oratory weapon enchantments and the accessory enchantments. You wanna get the weapon ones first because they probably sell for more, but as to which of these enchantments are in demand, we cannot be sure as of right now. Now the Nerubian ones give you enchantments for the rings and the bracers and the cloaks. These are probably the most used enchantments throughout the expansion, because everybody will be just enchanting their rings, cloaks and bracers. One other thing I want to note is that this spec is pretty much easy, and this time it's really straightforward because each point that you spend in a specific spec will increase your skill toward the whole category. So if you spend points to earthen, all of the earthen categories will get a skill bump. Now one simple real cool thing that happened to this chanting spec is that you can now boost specific items. Your main node in dischanting will increase your stats in the whole general dischanting system. But the different nodes, one of them will increase the common ones, one of them the rare ones, and one of them the epic ones. Now generally speaking, you get more common items than the rare ones than the epic ones, so that's the order. But the most expensive item you want are the epic gems. So if you can dischant a lot of epic items, first get the epic one. It's pretty straightforward and really simple, and I like this. I hope they keep doing enchanting this simple. Because in Dragonflight, Shattering and Dishchanting and all of that stuff was just overwhelming. This is a very nice change. If you have a lot of owls, I strongly recommend that you keep one of them, just like the name of this spec, as your designated dischanter, because you'll be dischanting a lot of stuff and selling the materials that you get on the auction house, and that will sell for a lot of gold at the beginning. So just make sure one of your alts is at least your designated dischanter, and make another alt your enchantment maker or the equipment maker. This dischanting stuff is really great at the beginning, so make sure not to miss out. Reminder time again, because I have made a lot of profession videos. Why not check those on the playlist? If another profession comes to your mind, I probably have a video on it, and I'm doing the gathering ones next. So, sub the channel, like the videos, check the playlist. You're gonna love the playlist. I know you're gonna love the playlist. Let's get back into this video. And we're back to our equipment spec. Now, you probably heard that Blizzard gonna add some items that will change your race. You can just get them on the auction house and use them once per hour. Now that one is the deceptive decorations. It's a completely soft spec. You can just spend points in it, craft it, and sell it on the auction house. Each 5 knowledge points that you spend in this spec will give you different races, and you need all of the races to have a complete set and sell them on the auction house at all times. So if this is something that interests you, just get an alt to do it, because we want to craft everything else on our main crafter. Maybe the designated dischanter can spec into this too. Moving on, we have 2 items that everybody wants as a crafter, and it's a wand and the rod for the enchanters. Now most enchanters will go separate ways, so a lot of them won't be able to craft the rod for themselves. Now this is a profession that has a lot of diversity, so a lot of people will go get different specs. A lot of them won't be getting the rod. Being able to craft that at the beginning will get us a lot of gold, and we can craft our own rods, so it's easier for our alt armies. There's also an epic rod that you can craft. It will give you the bonus of using 1% less every time on concentration that you craft something. It's like the blacksmith hammer, the special one. About the wand, I want to point out that it's not a very good item. I didn't sell a lot of wands back in Dragonflight, back ever, because the system of the weapons changed. Everybody will just get a staff or a one hand and an offhand. Nobody's going for wands anymore. Just like the Algari alchemist stone with the alchemy, the wand is not something in demand, but nonetheless it might end up in the meta and it might be wrong, so you want to spec into it. Now moving on, you want to max out your main node and get the sub specs, because that is just bonus skill to crafting rods and wands. One other thing that we get with enchanting is the mana orbs. Now they are mandatory consumables for raid knights and mythic plus, the way they are working right now. Now one of them is for the healers. It has a chance of giving you additional heals, and the DPS one will give you critical strike. I'm pretty sure that these two are mandatory for every healer or every DPS out there, so you can just spec into this and sell it on the auction house and make a lot of gold. I would probably be mad that we don't have something like Dracodes in the crest anymore, but to be honest, we have a lot of consumables with enchanting now, and enchanting is really in a good spot. All in all, enchanting is really alt army friendly. You can just move into different specs and use them with each other to have a complete pack of enchanting consumables, enchantments, the deceptive decorations, all of that always up at the auction house and make a lot of gold. One more good news, Shattering is over. System is done for. The Shattering aspect in Enchanting is just to optimize your profession, and if you have watched the other videos by now, you know that this is the same spec as all the other professions. One increases your multi-craft, one increases your resourcefulness, and one will increase your ingenuity. So if you're going for the mana oils and the consumables and the deceptive decorations, go to the multi-craft. If you want to craft crests, enchantments, equipment, make sure to get the resourcefulness first, and you can just spec into ingenuity if you feel that the amount of concentration that you're using is just a lot. As for Shattering itself, it's now awarding you bonus stats like the ever burning forge in the blacksmithing, so it's no more that annoying spec that nobody went into back in Dragonflight. And just like that, the crafting professions are over. I cannot believe it myself. I have done all the 8 crafting professions. Wow. Well, this is certainly a milestone here. But afterwards, still, the schedule continues. Every 3 days, a new profession video, and I'm switching to the gathering ones. Make sure you have checked all of the videos if you want to become a master crafter and craft every T5 crafted gear, the mythic equivalent one. And tell me in the comments, which gathering profession should I do next? Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it will help you out. Please do check the playlist. There are a lot of videos there. We'll see you in the next video for the gathering professions. Bye bye.